What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. So today I am going to be comparing each sort of version of the mini sort of Star Wars figure line and kind of how it's evolved going from Galactic Heroes up to Mission Fleet in 2020. So yeah, let's just get right into it. So Star Wars has always been known for their merchandise, not only geared towards adults, but in a lot of ways mainly geared towards children, and that's where Galactic Heroes step in. So obviously, in the 70s they had the action figures, and in the 90s they got the Power of the Force, 5 POA figs and whatever. But in 2002, Hasbro made Galactic Heroes, which basically were these little I don't even know how tall they are, but these little Star Wars figures, mainly for children, and yeah, they were very, very popular. The diversity of characters was really cool, and yeah, it's just a fun little way to have, Han Solo as a character without having to, get the big ones for your child or whatever. So yeah, it was just a fun little thing. I collected these like crazy when I was little. This is just a very small chunk of the ones that I had. I have quite a bit of clones that I have set up on my 3.75-inch display, and yeah, these things are just super nostalgic for me. Like I said, they came out in 2002, and they ran for quite a bit until eventually they kind of just stopped making them for whatever reason. But yeah, so here we got a Stormtrooper, for example, and they were kind of rubbery, so as you can see, he could move, but I think that the rubbery ones were more of an early go at it. Let's see, what year did he come out? Oh wow, he is from 2002, so yeah, very early run of these guys. They were a lot more rubbery, and yeah, you couldn't really move them. You could try to move them with the rubber, but they did not necessarily have any point of articulation. So, you kind of just like put them down and just have to, pretend, which is, why these were mainly geared towards children. And yeah, they always had a blaster in their right hand. So here's his. And yeah, these things are just so cool. Han Solo was always like my favorite one whenever I was little. I think I had a few of him. As you can see, the paint's chipping off. He's definitely been played with. But yeah, they were pretty detailed for the time. And whenever I was little, I always kind of imagined it like this is like a little kid of Han Solo. Like if Han Solo was 10, this is kind of what he'd look like. Because that is kind of, like he does not necessarily look like Harrison Ford. But yeah, then he has his blaster. This one's pretty cool. Zuckuss, the bounty hunter. Yeah, but as you can see, like, he's plastic. He's not bending, and he might be an older version. So yeah, he's 2004. So as they kind of went with it, they kind of changed up the material. But yeah, he's not bending at all. And then, I forget his name, but he's like the rebel commander dude on Hoth. He's pretty cool. He has a very big blaster and a backpack. I mean, these guys were detailed. They were not afraid to make new molds and really just go for it. 2006. And then this one I really like. He's from the Clone Wars. I believe he's like an evil droid. I just remember him from the Clone Wars Lego video game. But he can actually move. These droids do have articulation. So yeah, he can like get that full 360 movement on his wheels there. And yeah, just overall very cool. Oh yeah, so he's a 2009. So this was definitely like, around whenever the Clone Wars was coming out. So yeah, this wave really, like, the longevity of it was really, really neat. And yeah, I really enjoyed this wave until it ended and Star Wars minis began. So yeah, they had their run with Galactic Heroes. It was really good. They sold pretty well. And then they wanted to kind of just get like a revamp, As toys were getting better, they wanted to, go with it. And so the next new version of, small Star Wars figures was this, Star Wars minis, which is not necessarily what they were called. They'd be like mini Obi-Wan, but I just call them Star Wars minis because it's easier. But yeah, so this is a few of them. I actually never went out and got them myself. Like, I never was seeking them out because they did come out around early 2010s and lasted a couple years. I was not able to You know, I researched about it, and I wasn't able to figure out like an exact date for when it started and ended. I just know it was like early 2010s. So, you know, basically picking off where Galactic Heroes left off. But yeah, you know, they're pretty cool. I never, like I was saying, I never went out of my way to go and get them. My grandma actually got them for us. So these were at my grandma's house for the longest time. And I always thought they were neat. Here's Yoda. As you can see, in comparison to like a Galactic Hero, they definitely upgraded. You know, they definitely took a different approach. Wanted to make them more diverse. I mean, here's Yoda and here's Anakin Skywalker. 2 different heights. Galactic Heroes would have just kept them all the same height. So yeah, you know, they were upgrading it. You know, he can move more. He got his lightsaber here. Oh yeah, his arm can twist and stuff. Head rotations. But yeah, pretty cool. And they did make quite a bit of these guys. Quite a bit of different people and stuff. Here we have Clone Wars Anakin. I did always kind of wonder why his armor up here was like a teal blue. Because I think it's supposed to be like more of a metal color. But, you know, it's pretty cool. And like I said with the articulation, these guys can sit. You know, they can bend their legs. And then, and you know, this is kind of more, you know, I guess it's like the younger generation kind of play with these ones, you know. Because I, at this time, wasn't really seeking after these. But like I said, as toys got better, they went ahead and upgraded these. Because, you know, beforehand, they didn't need to make them super articulated. Kids would just, you know, imagine and whatever. But then they were like, you know what, we'll give them a bit more articulation. So yeah, wrist swivels and stuff. I mean, overall, a pretty detailed figure. And like I said, I always kind of imagine it like this is a young Anakin, because he does look young. You know, they made clones, just like how they made the Galactic Hero clones. This is Commander Cody, Phase 1. Pretty cool. Let me see what year he says. 2011. So yeah, very early 2010s. But yeah, and then, I actually like this guy. It's Clone Wars Obi-Wan. So yeah, I guess it's not a little boy Obi-Wan because he does have a beard, but yeah, so these are Star Wars minis. You know, you can definitely see the inspiration they took off of Galactic Heroes, and they really just built off of it to end up with this. But then we really did not get too many Star Wars mini, you know, figures for a while, up until 2020. And in 2020, Hasbro introduced Star Wars Mission Fleet. So yeah, these were really cool. I remember seeing them on shelves. Like, I would see the Captain Rex's ATRT, and it was like $15, and I always wanted to pick one up, but I never did. And that's until I actually found Ahsoka's Starship for $5, and I was like, you know what, might as well pick it up. And they are actually very neat. So they are smaller than the Star Wars minis that I had just shown. For instance, here is, well, they're relatively the same height, but they're just, as you can see, like, physically, they are smaller. And I kind of like how they look better. I think the proportions are a lot more accurate. You know, Star Wars minis had humongous feet. These are a bit more accurate, like I said. And yeah, so the thing about these is a few of them did come, like, singularly as a figure, but a lot of them actually come with ships. So Ahsoka, for instance, came with her starfighter. And you can put her in there and stuff, and it's pretty neat. Another thing is that you can actually remove her lightsabers, and she got a swivel at the wrist. That's pretty cool. Really adds to the playability, you know, being able to take off her lightsabers, whereas all the other ones I've shown, you can't remove any of their accessories. But yeah, you can move her arms up and down, you can move them outwards, and, you know, Galactic Heroes, you could not move the legs. Star Wars minis, you could move the legs, but they all went together. With her, you can just move the legs singularly. So, you know, they've really upgraded the articulation of these small figs. The head can't really move. But yeah, I'm just kind of amazed by, like, the amount of detail they were able to really get on a figure this small. And yeah, she has a hole in the back if you wanted to stick an accessory on or something. But yeah, that is Star Wars Mission Fleet. Very cool. Like I said, I got it for $5 with her starfighter, so yeah, if you guys go to an Ollie's or anything, try or be on the lookout for these guys, because they are pretty cool, and I would not mind getting another one. But anyways, guys, that is a overlook at how small Star Wars figures have evolved throughout the years. Yeah, really cool. I love little stuff like this. It always just brings me nostalgia, you know, because Galactic Heroes were something I really did collect a lot when I was little. And to see how we've kind of ended up here now where, you know, kids of our age are going to be growing up with these and you know, have nostalgia for them is pretty cool. But anyways, guys, if you did go to enjoy the video, make sure to hit like, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.